welcome back to Jolty Plays! We're playing Final Fantasy 14. And we're gonna continue with Shadowbringers. We got the whole introduction of this area last night. Yeah. Let's go see what there is to see. That was laggy. Usually it summons the carbuncle like instantaneously. I don't know why I didn't just teleport over here. Whatever. We learned a few interesting things last night. I made a couple of speculations. Sorry, I'm still waking up.
How did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest. I was not aware the room was haunted, and you were rather tired. Well, should you receive another visitation, be sure to let me know. Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts. This map shows the lands of Northrend, the only area to be spared the flood of light.
Okay.
The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland. To the north is the fairy kingdom of Il-Meg. That is where you'll find Urianger. To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest. Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty.
Okay.
As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium. Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulm, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness.
I wonder if that's where the fat Makote kitties are.
For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armorang. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin-Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe. So, will it be Calusia or Armorang? It matters not which you choose to visit first.
What about Thancred? He didn't mention Thancred at all.
And I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount. you must be wondering about Thancred.
Yeah.
He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of sin eaters. Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
Yay! The pants for my outfit! So now I just need the headpiece, the gloves, and the boots. Okay, let's search for Alphino first. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you will need a mount capable of making the journey. Here is a letter of introduction presented to Zemjinmai, the Master of Beasts, at Temenos Rookery, and he will take care of you. When you see Alphino, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. Okay, so we'll eventually, I guess, pick up the quest for Alizé as well. Side quests are starting to appear. I don't have Izzy here to keep me on track. If I get distracted, I apologize. Where? I think I have to go up here. Hey, look, there's a plus quest. Hold a moment, sinner. You're not from around here, are ya? A fellow wandering soul? An eternal inhabitant of the road? I thought so. Arieth's the name. My aspiration is to travel the whole wide world, though it's a fair bit smaller than it used to be. So as far as dreams go, it's a lot more realistic than you might think. But danger still lurks in every corner and around every bend. Even so, this sinner's got nerves of steel. He's a born explorer. Arieth, there's no land too distant or place too far forbidden. Eh? But what is that I spy poking out of your pack? A log? If I am not mistaken, give it over, if you would. Meh? What are you doing? Aha, I thought so. A record of fantastic vistas and unforgettable sights. We're kindred spirits. A morrow of a feather. Excellent, excellent. Oh, this is the guy you talked to upgrade your sightseeing log. Okay. 'Tis only right that I share with you such wondrous experiences as you have with me. a collection of amazing vistas. I cataloged myself that I guarantee will rival the best you have ever seen. Novrant may be a shadow of its former glory, but there is still joy and excitement to be found if you know where to look, my friend. So I implore you, look, look, look. Follow in my footsteps, savor every moment of the journey, and then when you feel you have discovered every secret this realm has to offer, start again. I promise you won't be disappointed. Good thing I went ahead and talked to him. My sightseeing log has now expanded. I can now see every sightseeing thing. Okay. And this story quest... Is it down here that I need to talk to somebody? Because that's what... yeah. Your face is unknown to me. What business have you at my rookery? Signed by the Exarch, no less. Yes, I can provide you with an Amaro for passage to Coluzia. I will pick you out a friendly whelp. Not a chocobo then? That's right. Mounts like my gray friend over there are a common sight in these parts. But I gather you hail from further afield, more accustomed to chocobos perchance. I hear there are a few places where they ride little else. Seeing as you are plainly unaccustomed to riding Amaro, I think it best I accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zune worthy of the name would do it, of course, but the Exarch sent you to me. Ensuring you arrive safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the Amaro launch. One of the junior tamers will attend to you while I ready the mounts. Aye aye. And that would be up there? Okay. No. I need to find a crystal. So you'd think they'd put one of the teleportation crystals there so that you can use it to get back to the... Man, that's so cool. This is so pretty. Right, this is the first character I've made it here on, so I'm gonna be a little... I think I have one character other than Jolty on that's made it to Stormblood. And she's just making it over to the Ruby Sea. But my friend doesn't have glasses, so she can't play because she can't read. So we're waiting for her to get her glasses. Ethernet. We need to go to... Wait, there is a crystal at the rookery. Confusion? I didn't actually see a crystal at the rookery. I don't remember picking one up there. Anyway. You want to fly tomorrow to Coluzia? Well, I suppose if Master Jamai is going with you. Wait here, please. The Master should be along with the mounts shortly. You can now travel to Coluzia, speak with the aspiring Amaro tamer to fly to the land. You can also use your Aether Compass to assist with locating Aether currents in new regions. Should you lose this compass, speak with Jesrin at the Amaro launch in the Crystarium to obtain another. Lost compasses can also be replaced by speaking with Giberlant at the Forgotten Knight in Foundation back in Ishgard. Which is where you get your first one. How could you lose your compass unless you accidentally sell it?
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
Wow. We are arrived. This is Cracked Shell Beach on the eastern coast of Kalusia. You should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin-Eater attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of. Spy you that city in the distance? That is Ulmor, the island's main settlement. It rivals the Crystarium in scale and was once an ally in our battle against the abominations. For years, the Ulmoran elite have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone as far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection if we bend the knee. But to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Ulmor is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. Okay, don't mention the Exarch. I am glad we understand each other. Now the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. Where do I get the rest of my outfit? If you head south along the coast, you will eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Eivor? Eivor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Kalusia, and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme. That will let him know you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with the Amaro until you are ready to... Okay. 166 yalms to the northwest. So up there. Okay. You have to go around the cliff. What are those? They kind of look like the demon elf things from 15. That's kind of funny. I don't want to fight anything right now. That's a Gabu. Oh wow, the battle music is awesome. Go away. I don't want to fight anything right now. Oh, come on. I just want to get to the crystal up here. Ooh. What? That would be a nod to bed knobs and broomsticks, maybe? $56, 156 yams at the north. Ah, there it is. Oh, that looks like a puck. Ah, go away. Yeah, there's a wheat field in here. Oh, there's actually a farm in here. You got grapes and wheat. Or maybe that's barley. Maybe that's their farm for making alcohol? It did kind of look like that they were drinking wine and stuff. Okay, there has to be a way up that cliff. Yeah, it's saying it's up there. There has to be a way up. I think I saw another town over here. Maybe it has a crystal as well? Ah, go away. I don't want to fight anything right now. I'm exploring, leave me alone! Yeah, that definitely looks like another crystal. Ugh, go away! That is... a giant Kecleon. Okay. It is a giant Kecleon. Sorry, chameleon. It's a Kecleon. It's Pokemon. It will forever be known as Kecleon now. I think this is the way up. Maybe. I kind of want to come over here because I think I saw a crystal. Oh my, what is that? That's a tree ant. That's a tree ant. There is a crystal over here. Yay! I was right. So there's gonna be 3 crystals in this area? One here, one over there, and probably another one at the city. Okay, let's see if we can... Is it gonna point to a different one? Oh, 409 yams to the south. Okay, let's see. I really want to fly. Let's see if I was right. Is this over here? Is this the path up? Ah! That's a dodo. Where was that road that went up? Ah, go away! I'm exploring! Leave me alone! Oh, that looks like... Okay, that looks like an elevator of some sort. Elevator go up. Elevator go down. Sorry. I grew up watching the Animaniacs. Do I have to have permission to go in the elevator? Yes, I said elevator. Meow. I probably need permission to get... Could I use your elevator, please? Hello? Anybody else? No, it doesn't look like anybody's here. Let me guess, it's story driven. I actually made it on. There's no switch. There's no switch to even call it. Yeah, it's probably story driven. Darn it. Okay, to this house. But why do I get the feeling I'm going to have to fight that thing? That thing is gonna get put together and then I'm gonna have to destroy it and then it'll be falling apart again. Oh, there's another one over here. Yeah, doesn't look like anybody's here. Which means that thing hasn't probably been run in a really long time. Okay, anyway, to the south. Ugh, go away! You know, this is becoming reminiscent of Castle in the Sky. With the giant golems that there's only one left that functions and he takes care of all the plants and stuff that are on the floating island. Hey, that's a flying elephant. What is with all the... Holy crap, there's... a lot of people flying. No, it's showing one to the north. It was showing one to the south, though. What is... Oh. It's a big group of people that are chasing fates? You know, it would make sense if, with the Yokai Watch event, if you end up having to do fates in this area for, like, the Gunbreaker and the Dancer. To the southwest. You know, I don't have any of the wolves. I don't have any of the birds. Apparently this area has dragons. Wait, did it say west? It said southwest. I'm going the wrong way. This is southwest. Maybe up there? I really want to fly in this area. This looks like it would be a fun area to fly in. Leave me alone, buzzards! Ah, go away! Seriously, I don't want to fight anything right now. I am exploring! Ooh, this is pretty. Look how pretty this is. There's 89 yams to the west. That way. Okay. Look how pretty. Ooh, there's an island out there. Ah, go away! Yams to the... Ooh. Maybe it's over on that island then. Can I swim in that water? Considering you learn to fly in Heaven's Ward and you learn to swim in Stormblood, it only makes sense that there's areas that you can swim in here too. I'm guessing it's gonna... Look at the crabbies. Hey, look, I found it. I can get the ones that are down here, but I can't get the ones that are up there yet. That's gotta be story driven. Goms to the east. $520 something yams to the east. Look, it's Aurochs. What the heck was that? What is that? Look at a cross between a bird and a jellyfish. That's an Aurochs. What is that thing? That is creepy. I really want to get a good look at it, but I don't want it to... Oh. Ugh! Some kind of plant. Okay! Some kind of weird floating plant. Why is there a... This is for a railroad. I don't see any tracks. You'd think you'd at least find some abandoned railroad tracks somewhere. Yeah, this looks like it... Or it's pulled along some ropes? Oh! This is an old shipyard! Okay. This is where they used to build ships. All these places are abandoned. $388 yalms to the southeast. So that direction. I'm going to guess it's Hey, look! I know that guy. I'm gonna guess it's over here. Yeah, what is that? That is creepy. I don't like it. Buzzards. That looks like something that would be lit up if it was like nighttime. Kind of like a lamp. Yalms to the southwest? Oh, now it's in that direction. Maybe it's over by that lighthouse? Okay. As far as I can tell, well, there is a third crystal, but it's up there up on the hill. Okay. So there are 3 crystals here and 1 that is probably the town. This looks like it could be Limsa Laminsa. It's even built on the sea. It's like this world's version of Limsa Laminsa. Okay, it's right there. It's right by the lighthouse. Actually, it's on the lighthouse. It's just not up the lighthouse. I'm glad I don't have to climb that thing. Okay. Next one. 305 yalms to the east. The only bird I have. Well, that's one less of the, what, 8 birds? There's like 8 birds. I still have 7 more birds to get. 305 yalms really isn't that far. 165 yams to the southeast. Okay, it's still reading southeast. Which means it's probably... You know, this is reminiscent of 15. This looks like one of those shacks that's in 15 that you find in the wilderness areas. Okay, I'm thinking the next Aether point's down here. 136 yawns to the south, yep. Is it on top of the building? Yep, there it is. Not necessarily a building, but it is rock. How do I get up there? How do I get that one? There we go. Ah! Well, there's the town. 574 yams to the east. So this is the shanty town. And all the fat cats, pardon the pun, probably live inside. Okay, so we have to go farther to the east. Don't tell me it's out at one of those islands. 35 yams to the northeast. Okay. Thing looks like a cross between a catfish and a toad. I love that this plays the Halloween music. To the east. Why do I get the feeling it's out there? Can't even go out there. Oh, now it says to the northeast again. Well, if it's... Oh, there it is. Totally looks like an area I should be able to swim in. Okay, that must be the shack I'm supposed to go to. seriously looks like I should be able to go over there. No? Okay. Well, it looks like I might have gotten all the ones that I can for down here for now. I guess I can't get to those islands until I can fly? Well, they weren't kidding. It really is a shack. What you after? Crab? Think I've got an eel in a barrel somewhere if you've a taste for him. Eel's actually really yummy. Oh, I do love a bit of thyme. Chuck some in the pan and it's like a bloody festival of flavor. Now what is it I can do for you? Can't say it's been any major upsets to report these past few weeks. Where's Alphino? Alphino, eh? I know the one. Our young champion of the downtrodden. He's richer than all of Norvant put together, but it's a different story for them as live outside the city. Most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess as to where he is now, get a message to him, but you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Jolty, that's the fishing village just up the path there. You're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern. The locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there and I'll send that Alphino. I'll see that Alphino joins you. Okay. Ugh. Monsters are getting annoying. We're making progress. This your first time in a tavern? It's customary to buy a drink and to loiter. What'll you be having? Ale, meat, or water? I'll take a maid. A fine choice, and what'll you be paying with? Well now, those are exotic. Where did you come by coins like that? I'm sorry, dear. I don't doubt they have you, but I don't have a touchstone to their purity, and I go begging for one from the neighbors. So we'll just have to come to some other arrangement. Ah, here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but lately pests have been eating more of them than we have. What do you say to a bit of extermination work? I want you to squash any vermin you find. Hit the caretaker and give him earful from me sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring like as not. Do that for me, and you can laze about here as long as you like. Oh, okay. Pull out my regalia. Talk about showing off. I was right about this being a crop area. The battle music for this area is really nice. I like the battle music. I love my dots. I wish I could have my AoE back. Give me back my AoE dome! Okay, and now we go to the silo. Give him an earful. You hear a faint squeaking from the room beyond. Time to bust in and save the day. Brave adventure style. No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been for some time. The nod on the floor suggests rats have taken up residence in their absence. Basically, I abandoned the place. If he's even still alive. So now we have a missing farmer. Well, I took care of the pests. Welcome back, dear. What did that good-for-nothing caretaker have to say for himself? He wasn't there, lady. Gone? Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. In Gate Town outside Yulmore? You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear. You've more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house. Ooh, what's the glowing blue one?
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Tis good to see you, my friend.
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, wow, Fino, you really are a dear.
He hasn't changed.
Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. The time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
I was more worried about you.
Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before. I see. Both the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may. It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity.
Okay.
Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire. Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more. Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered.
We're being attacked by Void Scent in the source, and they're being attacked by light monsters that look just like Void Scent, only white instead of black. Meh? Worlds are yin and yang.
That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
When do I get the rest of my outfit?
And so we take to the road once more.
Is it one of those that I only get the rest of the pieces by doing side quests? That's gonna be annoying. But they were given to me in treasure chests. Oh, there's my gloves. Okay. Assuming you have no objections, let us make our way directly to the city outskirts. If we time our arrival just right, you may be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Yulmore, despite my best efforts to do so. Come, from here we must head west, and then across a small bridge. Okay. So they are going to give them to me in story. I'll get my gloves, and then my boots, and then probably the helmet last. It's nice that at this point they give you armor depending on what class you're wearing when you open the chest. If you want the whole set, though, you have to make sure that you keep your same one equipped. Coluzia seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar? I had a similar impression of the Crystarium, even in this distant world. People are much the same. Sighed to think that whenever a calamity struck the source, a reflection such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. No, get away from me. Over there. Quickly, someone's in trouble. Ah, my nose. That looks like a void scent. Oh, thank the fates. Look out! Ah! Oh well. Oh God! I don't want that lady to get hurt. My poor heart. Thank you, young miss. Ah, there you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings, but I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Are you all right, madam? Just a few bruises from where I fell. Nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I knew there was no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me. Sigh. I should behind and queue up outside Yulemore with the rest of them. Doubt those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gate has to be safer than staying here. One would hope either way. I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eater's task any easier. Thank you again. You saved my life. Now I'm sure a strapping lass like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's naught to be had here but cobwebs and memories. That's why every place is empty. Everybody's abandoned all their houses and everything and have gone to live by the big town, hoping to get in. 'Tis as the lady says, many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Yulemore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? A brief history, then. 'Twas not long after the flood swallowed the better part of the world that the Sin Eaters first appeared, some beastly, some beauteous. Yet regardless of their form, all seem incapable of speech, and all are driven by the same insatiable appetite for mortal aether. They are predators, and we are their prey. Calusia suffers from far fewer attacks than most regions, but even so, the list of the Sin Eater's victims grows longer by the day, tragedy without end. Still, we have won a small victory this time, at least now. Shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. I think they're basically taking me to the other place that has the crystal. I accidentally used my potion and I didn't need to. Oh, are we not going to the other town that has the crystal? It looks more like we're heading towards the main town. Let's see, if I was playing with Izzy, Izzy could fly me up and take me to that crystal that's up there.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulemore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh? I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
She's not here to compete. Leave her be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please!
They must be choosing somebody to bring inside the town. Watch, they'll choose me.
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all. Yulmore extends its warmest regards. Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy. Even on days when fish is not on the menu! Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We may not at all.
Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in the City of Splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor. Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident! For you!
Ah, last!
Enjoy!
Thank goodness.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity, yet the whole arrangement just seems...
Off?
well, let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Eh? Why'd she look at me like that? It kind of worries me. I don't like it when people look at me like that. I have a feeling they're going to try and bring me in soon. Now you understand why my attempts to enter the city have thus far come to naught. The dubious privilege of residency must be won via a contest with ever-changing rules. They say this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Yulmore's current ruler came into power. Yet, from what I have seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. I have tried to propose ways they could improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now, I worry that, well, mayhap you should take a turn around Gatetown and judge the situation for yourself. I have a feeling they're gonna come up with something that they know I'm able to do. Somebody wants an adventurer! Who do you know that's big and strong and can take on lots of monsters? I don't know. That sounds like something they'd say. Still here, are you? Can't blame you for wanting a slice of Yulmore's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch that sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. Gatetown's not much to look at, but but at least it's safe, and the meal is the best thing I've ever tasted. Hello, viewer. All these side quests. It's gonna drive me buggy. I'm trying to behave, though. I don't have an Izzy in my ear to keep me on track, though. So if I get sidetracked, I apologize. A large pot bubbles over the flame. Pale chunks, meal you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. Interesting. What is meal? It looks like a roll of some sort. Gimme. Let me up there. Oh, come on. I jumped over it. Oh, this is going to be a pain, isn't it? There we go. That's quite a vista. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day I dream of the life that waits for me inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? I don't know, lady. Depends on what skills you have, apparently. I really don't like the look that lady gave me. It is creepy. She gave me the eye. Like, that one looks interesting. I'll have to pick her next time. It probably doesn't help that I'm a Makote. If this is the place I think it is that I've seen in the opening video where the fat cats are, Makote are probably highly welcome in this town. Of course, they'd probably give me the same look no matter what species I was, but because I'm Makote, or whatever they call them in this area. Apparently they're not called Makote here. You've seen what Gate Town has to offer? These people can no longer fend for themselves. They've become dependent on handouts of meal and believe Yulmore is the answer to all their woes. Yet no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay unable to conceive of any other way of life. Yay! I got my gloves, I got my gloves. What? That was gloves, wasn't it? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was the belt. Okay, it must have been the belt. I thought they were giving me the gloves. I guess I got the belt. Tis difficult to make a final judgment without first seeing the city's inner workings. Mayhap it is that uncertainty which always makes me feel so ill at ease here. Not that it matters, however unjust the system seems to be. If these people claim to be content with their lot, it is hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who have chosen to forego Yulmore's largesse are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they are all but forced to seek refuge in Gate Town, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and untended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I am not convinced that Yulmore's generosity truly serves the best interests of Kalusia's people. I am not so naive as to think there is some miraculous solution to all of this, yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of the hard-working villagers struggling to survive, even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from poverty by the hand of a capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long-delayed steps through Yulmore's gates. 'Tis fortunate that you arrived when you did, Jolty. I have been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city, and if all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. There is a beast tribe who makes its home in the seas surrounding the island. The Ondo, they are called, though you and I know them as Sahagin. For the most part, they keep to themselves in the ocean grottos, and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But as Tataru took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors are bold, and so I reached out to them. I duly discovered that the Ondo are inordinate innately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered to procure such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor. Would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Ulmorian lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of samurai swords without first negotiating a price. My appointment with the Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Yeah, okay. Excellent. I should be glad of your company. First things first, then, you must pay a visit to Masha Moa, my supplier in Right Combe. It is just to the northwest of here. Oh, we've made quite a bit of progress. Now they're sending me over to that town. Go. I don't want to put anything you don't have to. I'm exploring, leave me alone. Hello, other viewer. You know, those things kind of remind me of the toad things in the Aura area, the Aura plains. They kind of look like that. Where? Here. Is there something I can do for you, friend? Oh. So, it's like Moa instead of, like, Tia. Is there something I can do for you, friend? Good day to you, Moa. This is my associate, Jolty. We are here to collect the produce I purchased. Eh? I loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. My lackey? I know of no such person. Mistel lad, short blue hair. No? He said he'd come on your behalf, and since he seemed to know all the details, I just assumed. Confound it, someone must have been eavesdropping on my conversation. If this charlatan was here not long ago, he cannot have gone far. We should split up and search the area. You find a vantage point on the south side of town, and I shall take the west. Somebody with blue hair, huh? So somebody else overheard us and now wants to use Alphino's plan to get in himself. I wonder if it was that guy that, we met at the town. Search the surroundings for a male mistle with short blue hair. You may move the camera. Inspect him with R2 and X. Oh, I haven't used this in a while. Quit moving! You've located your quarry. Okay. Jolty, on any sign of him? Yeah, he's right over there. You've a keen eye. Let us move in before he makes good his escape. Go away.
There you are. The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city.
Holy shit!
I've no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. Look, when the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
What is your name?
Kai Shear.
Tell me then, Kai Shear, must it be Yulmore or nothing? What of the Christerium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmorans' interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai Shia, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best. We strive to bring swift salvation to this world, that countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
That's not who you are.
I suppose not. Were Estinian here, he would most likely scoff at my soft-heartedness.
Same old Alfido, ever the slave to sentiment.
Yep.
But I thank you for your kind words nonetheless. Let us see to it that both these stories have a happy ending. Shall we return to Rite then?
Hello, viewer.
Is that?
Meow.
I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble. Come on, they may need our help.
Huh. It would suck if that ended up being the boy. I still need to finish getting the rest of my horses. Ugh. Leave me alone. So this one does the random music similar to like the Nimbus. Well, that does not appear to be the same kid. That should take care of the worst of his injuries. Cough, splutter. Mercy, mercy, I beg you. Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. I wonder if he got kicked out of the city. The poor man is shivering. Pray keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. I thought for certain I was dead. I was dead. How am I ever to repay this kindness?
Sorry.
You're such a dork.
I wasn't saying sorry to you.
Wow, Dad!
But I apologize for waking up the mess.
We'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? Tristal. I was invited into Yulemoor to work as an artist. That's what I thought. A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures for them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me out onto the street. I was left penniless and patronless, a grave sin in Lord Vothry's city. Within days, they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant me my wish. They flung me over the balustrade into the God-stabbed ocean. From up there, how were you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Though if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much. Monstrous, and the citizens condone such barbaric treatment? A second, when Lord Vuthry passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In Yulemoor, his word is law. He's a tyrant. Let me guess, he's a Makote as well? Sorry, not a Makote. They're not called Makote here. The more I hear about Yulemoor, the more determined I am to see what waits within its walls. I shall bend all my thoughts toward securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do, but first we should convey Tristal to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of the chilly coastal air. A way into the city? It seems as though he knows a way. Go away, Mr. Krabs. I don't want nothing to do with you. You weird plant tentacle things either. Go away. It's kind of like this area's jellyfish, but instead of being jellyfish, they look more like plants. I don't know. Yeah, it's like the, what is it? Orli? It's one of the first things they have you hunt for. What is it with all the monsters? Leave me alone! Pray accept my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life. And if you'll permit me, I would assist you in your attempt to enter Yulemoor. In so far as I am able, at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my saviors into that awful place makes me sick to the stomach. But since it's plain you've set your minds on it, you should take this. It's my favorite paintbrush. The Yulemoran elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want. And if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have a talent for painting. Are you certain? This is your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. I give it gladly, after all you've done for me. Besides, I I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I'll do instead, I honestly haven't decided, but I shan't stay long in this place, not with that city brooding over me. Nay, I'll move on to new lands and a new profession, and I'll keep you in my prayers from now until my dying day. Maybe we'll run into Tristal somewhere else? They say kindness is its own reward, but Tristal has repaid us with a gift as timely as it was unexpected. We will, however, need to act upon his advice before another painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with a brush. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, of course, but enough to play the role, I would hope. As for you, well, if you don't mind taking a subordinate role, mayhap you could pose as my assistant? Then it is settled. All we need to do now is return to Gate Town and await the next appearance of those vile jesters. Where is that plus? There you are, you sneaky little devil, you. Hey, this is an Aether quest. Nice. Oh, who are you? Cough, forgive me. It's not often we see travelers in right. What with now how dangerous it is hereabouts. I even worry for my husband taking the road down to the shipyard, and he's as strong as Talos. He has been gone a good while, though. If you're headed that way, could you please let him know his wife is expecting him at home? Another Aether quest? Yes! Excuse me, but you're the lady Alphino is traveling with, aren't you? I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your name. Is Jolty! Yeah! Ah, Jolteon, how lovely to meet you. My name is Euless, and I'm acting village mayor. I was hoping someone of your talents would pass through right before long. The thing is, I need to visit someone up at Stonegazer, but I'm afraid to walk the path alone. Do you think you could provide an escort? My thanks. I just couldn't bring myself to ask one of the villagers. You see, there was an incident a while back where a veteran band of hunters was badly mauled. Simply mentioning that it's unsafe to wander outside the village these days would be enough to bring back memories of the grisly scene, which is why it's been so difficult to even bring up the subject. But such does not change the fact that the roads are indeed dangerous. Pray, meet me on the path to the north, and be prepared to fend off the wildlife. Okay, so we have an escort quest over here, and then we have... Okay, I'm gonna go... I'm gonna go over here to the shipyard first. Ugh, go away! This is probably what I saw people coming down here for. Except I saw them over there. Eh? Something I can do for you, stranger? Well, beat me with a hammer. Has it been that long? I was aiming to salvage the planks from this old hull, but she's given me more trouble than I bargained for. Bit of a waste to leave all this lumber lying around. Not much call for seaworthy ships. since the light ate up half the world, you understand. So I reckoned it were better for a woodworker like me to put it to good use. These boards, though, they're so tightly joined I can't pull the bleeding things loose. Here, do me a favor and sprinkle some of this powder on the joints along the keel. I'll keep working on this end, and with any luck I can make it home afore the wife stomps down here to fetch me herself. Eh?
Want me to grab your overboard?
Maybe after I'm done streaming. I got about 8 minutes. I mean, it's not in range.
She goes to my room and is there one time.
Did she eat her snack that was in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
That should do the trick. Powdered fire crystal is the best thing for melting wood glue. Just pour on a little water and the steam will take care of the rest. This ought to be a one-man job now, thanks to you. Oh, and if you could let Thenoy? No, I'll be done within the hour. Then you'll have helped me out of 2 rough spots today.
She helped me at least 5 times in my room. My Resident Evil, I wouldn't have fucking bought it.
I thought I had 5 more points.
What, did you get a craving for pizza after your son said he might order some?
Oh, yeah, that's probably what put it in my head.
That's funny.
You cotton mouth?
I mean, if you want to make me some, I won't argue.
Don't. I still can't get over you knocked over my $1,200.
Wait!
I almost started crying. You know that? $1,200 guitar. Let me pick up every system you own and just fucking drop it. Just
I
like
didn't
that.
knock it over on purpose. I was coming from the kitchen and my hand hit your guitar.
No, you were dancing. You did a
Not when I knocked it over. I was not dancing when I knocked it over. I was coming out of the kitchen and my hand hit it.
Well, maybe I should accidentally grab every fucking system you own and just drop it.
Accidentally on purpose, huh?
Just drop it and see what happens. I just got one little speck and that's it. I haven't shooken it to see if any internals plug it in. If that happens, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm still paying on it for like a year. And then you blamed it on me. Why is it right there, Josh?
I've known that something was going to happen to that the whole time. As soon as you put it there, I've known it was going to get knocked over.
There's plenty of room. Now that I can see, but this, it's in my area.
Sticking out in the middle.
Well, why is it there? I don't know. Why is the sun up there in the sky? Okay, I don't. It's just because it's there. Where do you want me to put it? Over there?
I mean, it'd be less likely to get knocked over if you put it over there.
Open the door,
There's no
and
room.
you walk, and like.
And you ever want me to play it? Because if it's over there, I'm not going to be wanting to play it. See, I can grab it, play it anytime I want. But if it's over there, I mean,
I'm gonna end up knocking
once
it.
a year maybe grab
I'm
it.
gonna end up taking the trash out, and then the bag's hitting it, and then it falling.
Putting it over here? I thought he was pointing like over here on this side. Nobody ever sits in this chair anyway.
I was just saying anywhere. Okay.
anyway. He's alright then? Well, that's a relief. Wright's had its share of trouble, and a wife does worry. What? He had you helping strip planks? The cheek of that man. Still, we're lucky his father taught him the trade at all, even if he uses those skills to take ships apart instead of building them. A woodworker puts food on the table, so I'm grateful to his family for keeping up their traditions. And I'm grateful to you for bringing me peace of mind. Please take this for your kindness. Take this. Oh, I guess she is giving me some gil. Yay! Should I go ahead and do the... Nah. I'll behave. I'll go do the next story quest. Oh, Izzy's inviting me to a party. Now that I've been doing this for 2 hours. I'm basically going to get over here by this quest and in the episode. I wonder where Julia's taking her time today. Okay, well, I guess I'll end the episode here. I don't know if I should start another episode or not. I don't know when they'll be back. I half expected them to get back while I was in the middle of my stream. Anyway, I'll go play something else for a little bit. We'll see if they get back or not. Anyway, stay crazy. Have a great day, night, evening, morning, whatever it is when you're watching this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can get notifications when I stream. Check out the website in the description. My buddy Shio did a great job on that Jolty merch. And I'll see you in the next video.